Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with Real Deal Talk. Epic 61 fighter interviews, round 2. Today is Friday the 16th. Epic 61 is next Friday, 1 week from today, Friday the 23rd. If you haven't gotten your tickets, get your tickets and get with the program. And also make sure you rent the pay-per-view, because if you guys haven't watched yet, Mainstream Maddie's interviews on my podcast were freaking insane. You want to watch this guy call the fight. I'm now going to rent the pay-per-view, and I'm going to be ringside, because I want to watch it back. He's incredible. In the studio right now is not one of the current fighters. It is his name is Chris Widlowski. Yep. Welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you for having me.
So Chris is the CEO of Bout Scout. He's wearing the shirt. Bout Scout is apparently an automated matchmaking service. Can't wait to dig into this, because that is fascinating. Matchmaking, guy, by the way, guys, for the non-fighters listening or watching, that's matchmaking means the guy, which Harvey Castellano is the matchmaker for Epic. He picks the guys, he finds the fighters, and matches people up. It's called the matchmaker. And apparently my man here has an automated matchmaking, so we're going to dig into that a little bit.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. And he's co-owner of Double Kick, which is a Muay Thai and kickboxing gym about to open up in next month?
June 2nd.
June 2nd this year, 25. And which is really cool is you're literally a block from here, like a block and a half.
Yeah. Exactly.
Perfect, bro.
Yeah.
So we'll get a little flow going, a little collaboration between the two businesses. I'm looking forward to it.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. I'm not going to be Muay Thai kicking or kickboxing or anything. I can tell you that. You know, this is all for show, as everybody knows.
We'll have weightlifting.
You will?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now we're talking. I can throw a couple of biceps, a couple of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Looks like it.
Yeah, right. But fighting, no, thank you. You guys can do that. It's. You know, you can have that honor. All right, so let's break it down here, bro. Let's start with Bout Scout. Number one, actually, let me go back. You said you used to fight.
Correct.
What does that mean? Let's break that down a little bit.
Yeah, so, quick overall story. I started fighting in 2009?
Yep.
Yeah, as a Muay Thai fighter. Goal was always to get into MMA, but then I fell in love with Muay Thai, and then maybe 10 years later, I decided to make my MMA journey in 2019, right before COVID, and fought like under Tough Enough and Epic, and I forgot some other organization.
Yeah.
And did a few MMA fights, then one Muay Thai fight a couple years ago, and got injured. You know, I've had like a reoccurring injury on my knee.
Yep.
So that's kind of what's preventing me from fighting, but after surgery, maybe I'll get in there one or two more times and just
why not
that way.
Yeah, why not? And then, so Epic, you fought for Epic before?
Yes.
Which cards were you on?
Pre-COVID.
Oh, pre-COVID?
Yeah. I think 2019.
2019,
Yeah.
And those are probably around, so we're on 61 now. There's 4 a year.
Yeah.
So that's 4. So what, around probably
in the 40s.
40, somewhere in the
Yeah,
40s.
something
Yeah,
40,
nice. And you fought how many times?
I've had, I don't know, like 14 fights, I believe, total.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Something like that.
And Muay Thai is your go-to.
It's my bread and butter.
That's your bread and butter.
Yeah.
But you well-versed in everything?
I want to say well-versed.
Yeah.
I'm versed.
Yeah.
Not well-versed.
Got it. And so, all right, so now let's get to Bout Scout. This is fascinating. When did you come up with this? How did you come up with this? And how does it work?
Yeah, so actually, as a fighter, you know, one of the issues is, you know, like you'll start preparing for a fight camp, you get matched up. These promotions do their very best to try and find the talent for you to fight.
Yeah.
And the only problem is that sometimes you get a lot of people that will pull out.
Right.
Like my last fight, I had 4 people pull out before the fight actually happened, I remember. I've had fights where I show up to the weigh-ins, the fighter doesn't show up, or even the day of the event, they show up to the weigh-in, and then for some reason don't show up to the fight the following day, whatever the reason may be.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make my life easier as a fighter to try and find fights. And so really what's going on is there's no platform for pretty much like the whole industry to find fights other than like these Facebook groups or within your network on people you know.
Right.
So we're all limited by our network.
Correct.
So if we can find a way to open up the network, which is Bout Scout, you can think of us of like a combination of LinkedIn and Indeed.com for combat sports.
And Tinder, right?
Kind of, almost. Not as sexy.
But in a way.
It is like you're
Yeah.
matchmaking.
Yeah.
So when you have like this problem where, well, first off, actually, the whole industry loses about $4 billion a year on fights not being matched.
Really?
Yeah. And
By not match, you mean like they don't actually come to fruition.
right, exactly.
Right before somebody either drops out, doesn't show up, doesn't make weight, physical.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of things that, yeah, exactly. Like the physicals. Do you have your licenses as a fighter? Did you make the weight? Yes or no? And then your fight purse kind of gets compensated to the other fighter because you missed weight.
Yep.
Also, when fights don't show up, the revenue or the promotion loses money on tickets.
Yep.
And like other things that they sell, like merch or alcohol purchases, etc. And
It's a domino effect of losses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in order to like help promotions also make revenue, they need to be matching fights, right? Because they're reliant on the talent.
Correct.
So
Good fights.
Yeah, exactly. And fighters who know how to market themselves.
Yeah.
As well on top of that. So anyway, so
when did you come up? How long ago did you come up with this?
2022, I believe. I started working on it. It was just an idea. I was actually working in big tech as a designer.
I was going to say you must have some background with tech.
Yeah. So I have background like doing websites or mainly being a user experience designer. And so anyways, I got thinking of this problem for a long time and then confirming it with a few people like Harvey and a few other people that are, fighters, pros to amateurs, promotion and amateur promotions as well.
Yeah.
To see if this actually is a problem or am I just making shit up in my own head.
Right.
So I confirmed it and then we started building it in different ways and doing a lot of user research, making sure that we're building the right thing. And then now working very closely with Harvey, Epic is going to be one of our launching partners after this card. So, because we're launching beginning of June. We don't have the hard date yet.
Yeah.
But there's this whole issue that Epic's having and every promotion's having. It's just a lot of people don't know about it, right?
Of course, yeah. Okay, so let's break this down how it works. Like, so you haven't even launched yet. It's just been a concept that you're working on. You've got all the software, everything's ready to go. You can handle it. How's it going to work from day one? Are you going to just have where fighters, are you going to contact gyms and say, hey, let's get your fighter to put all his information here, put all his documentation, put all his licenses. It's like putting into a database.
Correct.
Yeah. Explain from square one how you're going to go to market and how it's going to work for these, because the fighters are going to be excited about this, bro.
Right.
Just as much as the promoters.
Right.
Because the fighters are all trying to get fights, but how do they do it? Who do they contact?
Right. Yeah. So like what's going to happen is even before, so like we're going to be working with Epic on their next card. We're going to be working with WCK, who is a Muay Thai organization here in Southern California. So we're just working with these two right now. I might be working with Tough Enough in the future.
Yeah.
There's some things that we're working out anyways. So working with these two partners, so just amateurs and maybe some pros, where we're pulling their database from the promotion because they already have it, or we're also able to collect information from online from these fighters. Like, for example, like mixedmartialarts.com. I've been working with them to also collect data from their database of their MMA fighters, so that we can just pull that information in. So this way, when a fighter goes in, they can just see their profile, ensure that it's them, go through all the data, making sure that's correct. Just click like collect my profile, and then now you created your own profile within Boss Scout. You pretty much just verified it.
Yeah.
And then from there, then the promotion or the matchmaker will go into the app or the website, which is a web app. So you'll go in there as a matchmaker, you'll create the list of fights that you want, or the type of fighter that you want, like based on like gender, the type of fighting style that you're looking for, the record, and then all this information, like is travel included, per diem, like any other like descriptions that you want to add to it. And then it spits it out into like the local feed, where then fighters can go ahead and see all the list of fights, and then filter the list of fights based off of like location, pay, style of fighting, weight class, gender, etc., and then see whatever they're interested in, and then they could pretty much just hit like submit interest, Then now when they submit their interest, now the matchmaker is getting all those inputs in from the fighters, and then they see the list of fighters that are interested. Then now they can select, okay, who the best matchup will be. That's just the first first version of it. Later, once a matchmaker says, this is the type of fight that I'm looking for, with the database that we collect from these fighters, now it's just creating the matches for the matchmaker. And that way, they can decide whether that's the match they want, or they also have their list of fighters who have submitted interest and then just choose from that list, or they can also reach out to fighters that they want.
Got it. And okay, so what do the fighters have to do to be a part of this? Do they pay a membership fee to be a part of it? Like, as you obviously are running a business that has to make money.
Right.
Talk to me about your end of how you are monetizing this from the fighter aspect. Do they pay a membership monthly fee to be a part of it? Does the promotion pay a membership fee? Like, tell me about that.
So speaking of like Tinder, or something, we I guess Tinder's old school, so now Hinge is
right. Hinge.
So now we're copying Hinge. So now what we're doing is Hinge has something where if you want to find a date, you don't pay, but until you start submitting a certain amount of likes or interests, that's when you start to pay over time. So we don't have the number down on what that will be of like how many interests we want to allow for free. And then after a certain amount, then they start paying a subscription fee.
Got it. Like based on their engagement.
Exactly. And then advertising.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Because then you'll be able to advertise in the app, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So because once you have the database really, really full, that's great. Because I think about Real Deal Wellness, my wellness company. I'd want to be in that app.
Yeah.
I would love to.
I'd
love to advertise in there.
That's the exact market, right?
Exactly. Because you got hundreds of fighters in there.
Right. Exactly.
In San Diego region. Oh wow! I need a place to do my recovery, cryotherapy. Right. Yeah.
Exactly. And then also like one way to market is really like in fighting, it's who you know. Like sometimes like social media can help you, but if I can get some of my buddies who are like in the UFC or even top level fighters in boxing, for example, if I already have them kind of like wanting to help, but once they start engaging and wanting to like throw posts out there for us, I think that should also hopefully help us. And also these promotions, making it a thing to promote. Like if you want to find a fight, you go to Bout Scout, because then it's all about efficiency, right? So if we can make the matchmaker's life easier, the promotion to find reliable fighters, and for fighters to also being able to, for fighters, the fighters' coaches and the fighters' managers to also be able to find fights out there that they can't find on their own. Right.
So then now, did the promoters, did they pay a membership fee to have access to this database as well?
Yes. Yeah. Well, they'll pay. Well, for the promotion, they have a whole CRM system that we're going to be building for them. Yeah. So we're working closely with Epic, and then also with Tough Enough to understand really like what is it that the promotion needs, not just on the matchmaker side, but how does the promotion manage their roster of fighters, and like what details do they need in order to make sure that fights happen, that they're making their money. And then there's a whole dashboard things that needs to happen on seeing like profit and losses, et cetera, for the promotion. Because right now promotions are using various systems and not having like one place where they can kind of like do everything.
Right. It's all over the place.
Exactly. Yeah.
What CRM do you use for yours?
We're building it.
You're building it. Your own custom.
Right. Yeah. We're going to build it.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So tell me, you touched on a little bit, but let's go further here a little bit. What's going to make your system more efficient? You've already touched on this a little bit, but I want you to go further because this will be like an ad for you.
Right.
What's going to make yours more efficient, more user friendly, let me say, not just more efficient, but more successful? Like, are you going to guarantee that your fights are going to, percentage wise, will happen more than any other organization that's trying to do their own matchmaking? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like your efficiency rate, not just efficiency rate, but your success rate of the fight actually happening. Because that's the whole goal. That's the whole goal here.
Right. Exactly.
Not only get good fights, because we can match up a fight, and if it's a fight and it sucks, that's not good.
100%. Yeah. Especially for ticket sales.
Exactly. Yeah. You want in Main Street Matty, I'll quote him. We need finishes.
Yeah.
We need people to finish. We don't need dancing around and wrestling around the floor for 3 rounds or whatever. We want finishes. That's what people pay for.
Yeah, the UFC has this issue right now where there's a lot of good talent.
Yeah.
but they don't even want to take you if you're a boring fighter at
Yeah.
this point. You know, I have friends that are really good. Like they could be in the UFC, but because they're not finishers or they're boring.
Isn't that crazy?
Get in.
It's so crazy.
It's understandable as a business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because if you remember back in the day, I don't know if you're even old enough, but remember like Chuck Liddell?
Yeah, Iceman.
Why was he so exciting?
Because he just stood there and
because he just freaking stood up and freaking stand up.
Right. Yeah.
That's what people want to do. They want to see knockouts.
Yeah. Actually, funny enough, we're talking about striking. I always give my business partner on double kick shit because I just always want to say, like, if you're a better fighter, you always fight, or an MMA fighter can always kick a Muay Thai fighter's ass, but people like want to see the striking.
Yeah.
They really do. So like that's why we argue like what's better, like UFC or like ONE FC, like
yes.
ONE Fighting Championship. I don't know if you've ever seen.
I haven't.
You should watch it. Like you probably would find it exciting because you'll just see guys stand there with MMA gloves and just pretty much like bang the whole time.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because Muay Thai, like kickboxing style, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's no grappling, no taking down.
They have some jiu-jitsu parts that like people that roll around for I don't know how long, but it's mainly striking.
Mainly striking.
Yeah.
Okay, so then get back to the what will with your system.
Yeah.
How's it going to be? How will you guarantee it's more successful than the regular system? What's happening now?
Yeah, I don't want to give away too much in case people see this.
Yeah.
But pretty much, we're gonna have like these algorithms that show the engagement of the fighter, and then these promotions are pretty much able to say like give updates on the fighter.
Yeah.
So then this way, when promotions are like trying to find a reliable fighter, and people that show up, people that are exciting, you get to see like the database of the fighter of like their knockout ratio, their submission ratio.
Oh, that's great.
Decisions, etc. And then from there, then that way the promotion can see like who they actually want to match that way, and then their ticket sales, etc. So there's some elements that you'll see from the promotion side that others won't see. But as a promotion, I want to be able to get the best talent.
And let me. Can you research like guys that didn't show up to the fight? Like, can you get down that far? Like, because I've seen guys that I've interviewed here that I've interviewed 2 or 3 times that still haven't fought.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Because something happened with the medic, whatever the excuse was, or they just never made it to the ring.
Right.
And these are great fighters.
Yeah.
But that's a reputation.
Right. Exactly.
And it's a reputation that an organization would want to know about.
Correct.
Like we want, hey, this guy looks great on paper, but I've heard he never shows up. I heard he never makes it to the fight.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So that's what. Have you used
because a person, a fighter that's putting their information in, they're not going to say that.
Yeah, of course. Everyone's trying to look like their best.
Of course.
Right?
So how do you get that information about that fighter, their reputation? How does that? Because that's important.
Yeah.
That's probably the most important data you can have.
It's one of the things. Yeah. So it's endorsements, really. So like a promotion can endorse you, like. And you'll almost like reviews for the fighter and reviews for the promotion, because sometimes there's also promotions that they won't even pay you. Like you fight and then there's no check that comes in, or it takes weeks for it to come in. You don't want to fight for that organization. So now we're trying to make a more transparent environment too.
Yeah. You know what you should do is, and you may already be doing it, but when you have fighters there, you should have a platform saying, hey, please private message us if you know any information about any fighter you ever see on this site. Like, because there's people that have been supplied information. Hey, this guy, just so you know, he never shows up to the fight.
Right.
Like, if you can't get that information, because it's going to be hard to get that information unless you dig.
Yeah.
Right?
Either that or if they endorse a fighter on the app.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So if you have a reputable either producer or matchmaker or somebody that says, oh, I endorse this guy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like I endorse him for these reasons.
Got it. Okay, got it. Oh, that's cool.
Or
dude.
I don't endorse him for these reasons.
There you go. That's it. Of course.
Exactly.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right. So and I always forget because whenever you give me extra time, I take it, by the way. What's that? I'm 20 minutes in. I didn't even look at the clock because my clock isn't there.
That went by quick.
I don't know, Andy. Jeez, this guy. We've only been doing this for 48 years. 4,000 interviews. Still not on my clock. I'm looking at the abyss over here. We could be 2 hours in. I have no idea.
It goes by quick.
It does.
Realize it.
Well, yeah, but my normal podcasts are like 2 hours, bro.
You're saying, yeah.
Okay, so let's finish on the double kick.
Yeah.
Muay Thai, kickboxing, gym. I'm excited you're right around the corner, dude.
You should come check it out. Seriously.
I'll look at it. I'll check it out, but that's
Yeah.
about it, dude. Don't be trying to drag me in here. I don't need to, I don't need to ruin this money shot right here. You know
I'll give you a free private lesson.
Oh God, stop it.
want.
So yeah, because then we'll have to, if I mess up my face, yeah, right.
No, you said
We'll have to go to audio only. We won't be able to show this money shot anymore. Yeah, 'cause it's so great. Anyway, okay, so talk about it. What made you decide to do the gym?
So it's a goal I've had for a very long time. And it's just being at the right place at the right time. Actually, my coach is my partner on this now. So he was my striking coach when I moved here from Vegas.
Yeah.
Got connected with him, and I've talked to him about it several times, actually. I'd be like, hey, you should open up your own gym. And for whatever reason, he just liked doing what he was doing at the gym where he was working at. But the gym where he was working at, unfortunately, closed last month or in March.
This is
the boxing club.
Boxing club.
Yes.
I can't believe they closed.
Yeah, it sucks.
What happened? Do we know?
I know that they went bankrupt, but I don't
did?
really know too much more than that, really.
Okay.
Like, good people.
Yeah.
Just unfortunately.
Seemed like a good model.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Seemed like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It
so
was
he-
a good model. I just don't know what happened, honestly. So,
Okay. And so he was working there,
Yeah, he was working
and
there.
now
He
that
was
kind
a
of forced his
head
hand.
Yeah. So he was a head Muay Thai instructor for they had 4 locations, I believe.
Yeah.
And so he oversaw the entire program.
Is this? That's who I'm interviewing today?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Jesse, he is also a former professional fighter and in Muay Thai.
Awesome.
But so anyways, yeah. Right place, right time. Jesse didn't have a job anymore at the gym, so felt like the right time to pitch it, and he was down, and now we're building it. It's just been like going in 100% into it and nonstop, and we're opening up June 2nd. Yeah.
Beautiful, dude. So you're setting it up right now as we speak.
Yeah, we're pretty much almost done. We're probably like 80% done.
That's great.
With the gym.
So I think you're right on are you on the end cap?
Correct.
Of that row? Right, kilowatt.
Yes, yeah.
Right on the left end when you're looking at it from the street.
From Claremont Mesa Boulevard, we're on the left.
Yep.
Facing east.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're on the left. We're literally right next door to Kilowatt in Claremont Mesa Boulevard, and we
Nice.
already made friends with Scone. He's the owner of Kilowatt.
Yeah.
Nice guy. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. I met him before as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Nice, dude. All right, bro.
Yeah, and I guess you used to be there too. So that's
right next door. I was on the other side of him.
Small world.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So looking forward to connecting, collaborating.
Yeah.
Keep me informed about the app, the Bout Scout. So really love what you're doing, dude. I love the idea.
Appreciate it.
I think this is going to be a home run. It's going to take some time and work out a lot of bugs and kinks, but luckily you've got
100%.
somebody like Jason Stewart with Epic Fighting willing to step in, and Harvey, to help you kind of trial this thing. But I really think it's got a huge potential, man, of being something really good.
We believe so too, and I'm glad Harvey jumped on board.
Yeah.
He's been such a huge help.
Yeah,
to
that's
Bout
great.
Scout, really, if it wasn't for him, I don't know, we'd still be building it.
Yeah.
But we probably would be building like the wrong thing. So
And
we
the
want
great
to build the right thing, right? So
I love it because now you got somebody who's willing to try it out for you. They have a fight
Correct.
every 90 days.
yeah,
The guys from Tough Enough just came in here yesterday.
Jamie.
Gosh, I don't remember. He was in here so quick. I don't remember the name.
Okay.
Young kid.
Oh, he's fighting for Tough Enough.
No, he was the producer. I don't know who he was. I can't even remember at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
point is, we'll collaborate. I'm looking forward to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Widlowski, CEO of Bout Scout and new co-owner of Double Kick Muay Thai and Kickboxing Gym in Kearney Mesa. Look for him opening up in June. That's a wrap. Real Deal Talk. Epic 61 fighter interviews. The fight is 1 week from today, the 23rd. Get your tickets. Let's go. Real Deal Talk. That's a wrap.